What's going on? Bowman 1951 here. What is a sports card channel without the obligatory tour of the man cave / card room? I finally got mine to where I want it, so let's go take a tour, shall we? So this is my basement where everything lives. We're sitting at the top of the stairs right now. Let's get started. We're gonna head on down the stairs. Okay, first up, Julian Edelman's greeting you here. Top 3 catch of all time in the NFL. Super Bowl against the Falcons. Look how close that was to the turf. And we've got our first spotting of 2 cards here. We've got a select. These are 2 of my best Edelman cards. 11 of 11 there. And this year's Donruss 1 of 1. So they hang out on that particular poster. Gonna make a turn here. Got a Sam Adams chalkboard. Never really used it. Then I've got a wall of other New England teams. Patriots, obviously, Gillette Stadium, TD Bank Garden. Also the Malcolm Butler catch against Seattle here. Sorry, run good. Gonna swing around quickly on the other wall here. We've got Tom Brady and his first Super Bowl win, hoisting the trophy. This is the famous Snow Bowl game. And then we got Big Poppy over here. All right, just doing a quick pan. Working with about 250 square feet here. As I mentioned in my last video, Boston real estate is really expensive. The other 250 square feet is my laundry room, the piping, the hot water heater, things of that nature. So a little bit of storage. So this is all I get. We bought this house mainly for this area alone because I was excited I would finally get my own room. Of course, we've got some cards going on here on screen. Run Good Life live right now. I don't think he's doing a break. He's probably in between them right now. Hey James, what's going on? Let's head over into this other wall here. Just got this random little poster at one of the Patriots duck boat parades when they won a Super Bowl. So I brought that home. Love this. My mom got me this here. Danger Ahead, Patriots Country. Down below that Patriots stop sign is my light box for when I just want to throw a quick card in here and get it up on Instagram. So up from the light box, I want to show off this cool lighting system that came with the house. I am a big proponent of smart lights and Philips Hue, so we only have one in there right now. Alexa, turn basement track red. So just went from purple to red. I love that you can just voice activate it to any color. I eventually want to get 2 lights on the other sides as well, so I can change all 3 of them. Going below the TV here, got some of my cards set up. Just some random autos that I have. Xander Bogaerts, Chris Sale there, and we got the Raffy. And then I have some of my best Patriots cards over on this side. We got this 1 of 1 Jarrett Stidham. Unfortunately, I thought he was going to be the next heir apparent to Tom Brady. That has not worked out so far. I also have a Jarrett Stidham and N'Keal Harry auto, thinking, hey, what could go wrong when I buy this? But they don't always pan out the way you think. And I've got some of my Jordans. A lot of these are from my childhood, actually. Some unopened packs going back to the 70s and 80s. I just have this random Gaudy here. This is the only 1933 Gaudy I have, so I like to display that. I got the Mick. This is my only Mickey Mantle, 1969 tops. Pretty well centered 3 there. And Warren Spahn. This is one of the first cards I bought getting back into the hobby several years ago. And of course, I've got more unopened packs. And I've got the FF Air Billy Ripken here in a mint 9 that I submitted myself a few years back, right back when I got into the hobby as well. So these cards are all fairly special to me that I keep out here. Might rotate them in and out. They all have an interesting story behind them. Got the Apple TV running RGL there on the TV. Row of some of my Blu-rays here. And we're gonna head up into one of the best things in this room, my Techniques 1200 MK2. Going back to my college days, I used to DJ with this thing. I'd haul it around to frat parties. Ton of fun, and includes my original 12-inch of Ice Cube We Be Clubbin'. Now I'm afraid I'm going to be hit with some copyright issues if I play too much of this song, but I've got it lined up here. I think I can do a little scratch, play the instrumental, and I'll be okay. Turn it on. Look at that. Red strobe still comes on. I got the light still working. I actually got this fixed up over in Harvard Square a couple years back to get the stylus back on. Love it. All right, that's gonna be enough before I get in trouble with YouTube. Here is the Harman Kardon amp that goes along with those 2 tower speakers for running the turntable. So I wanted to get something really nice for that. They are tough to find now with the phono plugins. Here is some of my vinyl. Unfortunately, this is the best I can do, just kind of keeping it out here. Now, I did have this case back in college as well, so a bunch of them are in there, but it is full. These are overflow. I love going out to like a used store and getting them like $1 or $2. So coming up out of the vinyl is a very special case here, and we are finally getting into the card section of the room. Just gonna open this up and show off some of what's in here. This is mainly my 1951 Bowman set. So we are approaching the halfway point. All of those here on the left. I've got a few others on the right, but you can see, I'm just gonna pull out some random cards, all my 51 Bowmans, as I continue to build it and show those off on the channel. Don't really need to go into these because we've got a lot more graded cards to show off later in the video. This is nice solid wood here, and I love this. This is another gift from someone in my family. Coming back from that graded case, we are finally off to what I built in my very last video. This is my main area now of where I store all my cards. So I've got my mailing stuff up here, bubble wrap, the boxes I need to mail out, the bubble mailers, of course. And I'm putting up a few stickers here. I've got these, I don't even know what set they were from. They're like punch outs from my childhood. I'm a huge Schmidt fan. We'll see some of those cards later on. Got some random tickets here. Just wanted to show off a few cards. On the right, some of my better ones. Got my Edelmans. And then this here is a lot of my stash of unopened. So if I ever get the urge to rip anything, it's there. Got a bunch of packs in the back. And then 2 row boxes. I think these are mainly like 2018, 2019 commons. I need to get that labeled. And there's the 2020s as well. Going down to the next level here, we've got a lot of our supplies for top loaders, penny sleeves. Love this card here in the back from the 1800s. Showing that off in a prior video too. But this is basically my sorting area, so anything that's not put away in boxes, I still need to get through this. Here's a very recent ComC order stack I need to go through. Probably a box I ripped there. I have a few graded cards here shown off on top of that row box. I'll turn off my light and we'll check out what I've got underneath right here. All right, so to get the whole effect, I've got an LED strip in here built in. I want to get one on other shelves as well, but for now I've got this one that came from a TV in another room that I just wasn't really using anymore. So you can see it's changing colors on its own. Looks really cool when there's no lights in this room like right now. Just 2 more rows, and it's mainly boxes. So I do have a lot, and these got crowded very quickly. At first I had one of these shelves with some of these boxes on, and then I realized I gotta double or triple these up or else I'm gonna run out of room way too fast. Some of these are from old shows. Like you can see, I priced out some Patriots commons there. This one is one of my favorite boxes here. I've got all my Tom Brady's, well, for the most part. I see there's some ungraded here as well, but I've got a whole row and a half almost of graded Tommies. And then down at the bottom, I do need to do a better job of sorting this, and I actually did run out of room. You can see it's coming out onto the carpet there, but I've got more boxes. I'm not really gonna dig through those. That still needs to be sorted out. So coming back away from that now, before we get into more cards, oh, there's a 51 Bowman mantle that I have hanging out because, you know, that's my theme here. So in between some cards, it's going to be my liquor cabinet. I am so not a drinker anymore. Those days are long gone. I might have 4 or 5, maybe 6 drinks a year that are of the liquor type. But, you know, I've got this out of here, of course. And I've got a few bottles of wine down there. This tube here is for a future video. I promised Pepino Man that he sent me that months ago. And we're going to get into that and show that off. I really wanted to put together a cool video for that, but I haven't done so yet. Let's get this light switched around here and we'll check out what's coming up. I put it up on Instagram the other day, but you really couldn't see what cards were in it. Let's take a step back here and see the whole thing. How beautiful is that? Mainly rookies in here. Mostly football there on the bottom. Got some basketball in the middle. A row all of PSA 10s here. mostly pack pulled from 2018 or so. A couple 2019s in there. Then of course we've got some classics. Got this Whitey I showed off in a video just a few weeks back. Tribute to Korean War vets. Joe Morgan, rest in peace. That's why he's in there. Cal Ripken from my childhood. This Jeter I think I pack pulled from Stove's box a few months back. Jeter I bought right before we went into the hall. Pack pulled this from a rookie card explosion box. This Beltray. Another chipper from my childhood. This Larry Walker I just had graded. And this Verlander. I don't remember where that came from. Gonna head on down to this row. Barry Sanders, Tom Brady, Frank Gore that just recently came back. I love this Kobe just because it's gem mint. It's got to be in here. It's not a huge rookie card, but you know, it gets a nice spot in here being gem mint. One of my only Lucas. This is not a rookie. Second year LeBron. Mint 9. This is from my childhood as well. Michael Jordan PSA 10 made it in. Acuna, and I know this isn't a rookie, but how beautiful is that? X-Fractor from Juan Soto Rookie Cup. And finally the bottom row, Jimmy G, Tomlinson in the hall. Love this Vince Wilfork, one of my only football autos I have. Larry Fitz, couple lower end Patrick Mahomes. My big ones are in the safe. And Julian Edelman to round it out. Okay, to the right of that is going to be a deck slider that goes right out to the woods. I'm going to open it up here and the light will come on. That is darkness out there. A bunch of trees and that's about it. Ooh, it's cold. Shut that. And then you watch my videos before, you probably recognize this backdrop. It sits right over this deck door usually. Unhung right now to show this all off, but hey, I use the space. It works for me down here. So let's head off into the back wall and show off some of my cards that I have set up there as well. So this is an area that probably needs a little work done on it, but a lot of these I got out from either my childhood collection or recently purchased them in the last couple of years, some vintage Patriots. Also here is our heating system in the basement if anybody's interested in that. It's a ductless mini split, works down to negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. We love it. It's 35,000 BTUs in total. It's super energy efficient. A couple years back I had some people over for Patriots games in the middle of January and it was ice cold in this basement. I wanted to keep it warm. And we used the old baseboard heaters that are right below this. The bill came in, it was like over $600 for that month. I was like, that's it, I'm getting rid of this baseboard heating and we're going to something that's actually gonna do rather well in these cold New England winters. And it cut the bill probably about half. Have a few, either they're opened or unopened boxes. A lot of these are open. We got that Dunner's Optic back there. Got a Victory edition of the Boston Globe. I think that's from 2004. There's a magazine from when Bill Belichick was first introduced in the NFL. A couple other Red Sox magazines there. There's a 1968 program. I've given away one of these on the channel before. I was a noob back in 2018 and didn't realize these are actually kind of fake. I bought them all at the 2018 National in Cleveland. This one does have Lou Brock on the top. That's why it sits there. There's a 1989 sealed upper deck set from my childhood. I do not want to open that. Nice graded Bill Belichick there. And I need to move these around too. Here's just some more random unopened packs. If we pull back from this, that's what that hole looks like. And I've obviously got my DVD collection that actually started here when we moved in this house a few years ago, and I haven't been able to move it anywhere else. Oh, I almost forgot. Here are some baseballs given to me by a fan of the channel. Those were really great, and I wanted to display those. Got a Boston Red Sox helmet. And why is this Ryan Howard here? This bobblehead. This was given to me by my great aunt who's from Philadelphia. My family, a bunch of them are from Philly area. So I had to keep that. She has unfortunately passed on, and that is a memento from her. Now we're gonna head over into the Red Sox area. So that was the Patriots for the most part. And these are just either cards from my childhood or ones that I wanted to get back into once I got into the hobby back in 2017. I remember buying this with my eBay bucks, this 81 Topps Yaz Mint 9. Just showing some of these off. And I mentioned this before, I am a huge Mike Schmidt fan. I just told you about my family being from Philadelphia, and he was my favorite player growing up. So I am trying to finish the run just like Ray from Philly did in terms of having the PSA set registry completed for all his cards. There are a bunch back there. You can see how far back they go. So got these 1983 Fleer rack packs up here. I know this Thurman Munson is kind of random in here, but I absolutely love this card. I didn't know where else to put it. He belongs with these other Red Sox. He's the only Yankee allowed to do so. There's another ball given to me for Dustin Hermanson from that fan of the channel. I'm sorry, don't remember your name right now. And we've got a nutcracker of the Red Sox. Head back here one more time from these shelves that were built in when we bought the house. Some of these, again, are either unopened products or they were like the first box I ever opened out of that year. So I kept that one. I know these are not open any longer. I do have some unopened 2018 update packs in there. This was from a rookie card explosion box. Thank you, Phil. And yeah, that's gonna about do it. Julian Edelman. This is actually worth a lot of money. They stopped making those. It's the only Funko Pop I have. And here are some graded Red Sox that just didn't make the cut anywhere else. Love those vintage cards. We're just gonna pull back from that as we head over into the final wall of the room. Oh yeah, eventually I will get this a little better set up. I have a thing with boxes. Once I open one, I do kind of want to keep it. And this one is really special. I mentioned in a video before. So this is basically the first box I ever opened with my father. This 1984 Topps. Those packs are not original to this box. I bought those at the 2018 National as well to kind of refill in there. A few more boxes here on the side, including this Gravity Feed of 2019 Series 2. I still have a few of those. Coming up from this mess is going to be a wall of either art or some autographs. Got this really cool Norman Rockwell I grabbed in a thrift store a few years back. Have a Red Sox dartboard. Actually have a cuckoo clock up here. My father got me. This is direct from Germany. Love these things. I haven't run it in a while though. I think it's a little loose and needs some maintenance. And then we've got all this area over here. Sorry, my lighting is showing up there. We've got a Hank Aaron autograph. Pretty sure we grabbed that in person at a card show back in the day. There's a Mike Schmidt auto from his 500th home run. I don't think this is worth a ton of money. He signed a bunch of those, but that is so cool. It is stamped April 1st, 1987. Over from that, we've got a Pumpsy Green autograph, another 2018 national purchase. He is one of the first African-American players to play on the Red Sox. We're just gonna pull back from the Pumpsy here and check out the rest of the wall. Have a really cool photograph of Williams, Mantle, and DiMaggio there. Carl Yaz on the front of a magazine. And my wifey got me that flag, the Bowman 1951 flag. So there is that whole section. I'm just gonna back off that wall and show one more thing in here before I wrap up the video. Have a little recap. This is super cool. This is from 1978 packs. Opened it on my 40th birthday. My video from these packs has over 20,000 views now, so apparently a lot of people like to see vintage packs opened. And I saved all of those from that particular day, got it framed, and I absolutely love this thing. It is so cool and definitely one of my favorite pieces down here that is not actual cards. There it is, people. My man cave, my card room. Working with the space I have. It's been in the works for about 3 years now, and I finally got it to the point where I felt comfortable enough to show it off to the rest of YouTube. I love seeing other people's card rooms out there. Definitely a video that I flock to often. I would love to hear in the comments below what you thought of the room, anything you liked in particular, or even if you have any ideas of improvements. I'd love to hear those too. Thank you so much for watching. This was a ton of fun. Hope it wasn't too boring in parts, but I just wanted to show you the entire space and what it looks like. We got a little glimpse into Bowman 1951's life down here in his basement. So we'll see you at the next video. Bowman 1951 out!